Good morning everyone and welcome back to the two-headed wolf gaming channel in Laysara Summit Kingdom, as today we're gonna pick up a real challenge on a new mountain peak called Wind Slab. Contains rocky features making dealing with avalanches a real challenge, and they come as powerful as ever from the very start. Get some warm clothes. That sounds like an interesting challenge to me. Playing the first time on Talon Top was fairly easy. I didn't know the mechanics and thus I got hit by avalanches more often than not. But in the end, everything was fine. I did manage to protect myself and pretty much finish the mission. Then Demon's Rest, I had a lot more knowledge and I had absolutely no problem except for the little corner where snow did make it through. But other than that, there were only two spots for avalanches. All in all, still pretty easy. But I want avalanches to be scary. I want to have this challenge. I want to see how we're going to manage this. Yes. We start with balanced vegetation zones, which is pretty cool. We start with copper and gold deposits, meaning that we'll be able to make some good money with some mints. We will have perfumes, dyes, and salt as goods available to import, and that is pretty cool because that means that we'll be able to make smoked meat fairly easy. We won't need to transport salt anywhere else. And also perfumes would help us to bring a lot more yaks, those large, although it might be quite expensive to supply free perfumes for every large yak. What was it, yak utopias, that sort of thing. But still, it's also removing a lot of buildings from the chain of making perfumes. I think at the end of the day, it's going to be an advantage, I guess. It's going to be very different when these mountains will cooperate between each other, as the early access goes forward, and you will be building your cities on each one of these mountaintops, and then you will have to trade resources in between them. That is going to be very interesting to see how they balance that out and how they will make it work. But for now, it's pretty much a global market and we don't have to worry about a thing. We will be able to export cheese, coal, incense, and butter lamps. That is nice. There are some rivers, and the avalanches are powerful, yes. I am going to stay still on Adept for this one, since we start with very powerful avalanches. I feel I don't want like this super challenging adventures. I want it to be I want the challenge, but I want it to be a bit balanced. I want it to be also relaxing because I love these games to take them step by step and just enjoy a cup of coffee while doing it. But maybe on a future map we will go higher. At last, we're here. Looks like a great palace. At last, we're here. Looks like a great place for a summit temple. But oh my, it's absolutely freezing here. Come on, it's only a little bit of snow, some adorable white fluff, nothing more. That's great, but this fluff can turn into a deadly avalanche in a matter of seconds. We better be serious about avalanche protection, they will be coming down like crazy here. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the entire map and see what we're working with. So this is a starting point, we already have a river here. There is some green land, and there's a lot more over here. Lower than that, there's nothing. I don't really enjoy the shape. Of course, I like these larger terrains in order to place down a market in the middle and then expand houses and still have places for the different industries or agricultural buildings. We have a lot more space here for fish. And I'm thinking that that's what I might be doing going forward. There's a little bit more greenland here. I might be making some coal in this direction. Although if we have to protect ourselves from avalanches, then maybe putting down a lot of trees to protect ourselves and having a coal industry right by them might be the more efficient way to do it, rather than specialize in in certain part of the map. Okay, there is a snow cap here. And this one looks like it's going to go down through here, which wouldn't be much of a threat. It still starts at 1 avalanche power. I guess it might be the amount of time that I have until the avalanche power increases. Although, I am wondering now, if the avalanche power increases, would that mean that it's also going to reach this area? That might be the case. Okay, I have a very small area here with 2 copper deposits. What I'm thinking is that I will be putting down 2 mines. Maybe we'll have some utensils here, but more than that, I'm thinking of a yak post or something to transport the copper to somewhere else, because there's not a whole lot that I can do here. Then we have a very large area on this side. So this is another starting point with a pretty good green area, a very large yellow area with 2 copper deposits. Then there's another yellow area here, a very large brown area with a huge snow cap at the top. But I feel like we will be able to protect ourselves. I could even put 2 trees here from the start and then put a wall, and I think that will be enough to protect us, at least to begin with. It's connected to a few other large yellow areas with more copper. Yeah, we'll be able to trade a lot of utensils. I am super happy with it. This area is not too interesting. There's an avalanche that can come down through here, so once again we will need some protection on this side. I guess somehow in the end, yeah, and there's another snow cap here. Ooh, how will this, like this is going to go like so. I'm guessing it's not gonna go to the left and right, it's just gonna go straight down. Yeah, probably covering this entire area. Because there's a river here, it's a bit more difficult to protect it. Like I couldn't put 2 trees here and a wall very easily. And it might be spreading out very easily as well. Let's see. There's another snow cap up there. I guess this is going to be easy to manage once we get ourselves like 2 of these horns here. So if we go here and we do avalanche inducers and put down 2 of them, I think we're going to be totally fine here. At least there's one near the other, and that will get a lot from our money. There's a gold vein there, but there's only one. I'm hoping there's one on the other side as well. Yeah, and there's a lot more green areas here with yellow, good yellow, decent brown, more copper. Okay, overall this is pretty cool. The only downside that I'm seeing now is that we have only 1 gold mine. Only one, no, we have 2 gold veins. Okay, then everything is fine. We can at least mint 1 of these nodes. That's about it. I believe that I would like to start here rather than on that side. If I start over here, I think that would be really good, right? We could build a lot of areas, like we could have some people here, some lowlanders, and then we'll have a bunch of artisans, mines. In the end, we're going to bring a bunch of monks, and they do like being in high areas, and I'm guessing that this is going to be a great high area for them. And finally, we will just block this. This is like a good channel to block this avalanche in the beginning of the game. Really looking forward to see how that temple will look. Let's get started. Provide 50 citizens with Sampa. So that's the beginning of the game. We could even connect it over here and try to bring in some other goods. Things should be working fairly well. I will be building a road like that. And let's see, once again, I'll be doing some quick calculations. Let's say that I want to put down a bunch of houses, right? I will want to drag another road, and I'll have to drag it from here. Now, once we've done this, it's going to be like 2 houses, maybe a road, maybe another 2 houses, and over here is going to be another road, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Good. That is good enough for me to begin with. We'll drag this row like so. I think I want to leave at least 2 squares here, right? For any other building, so we'll do something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe a spring temple. 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe a few other buildings there. It's not the largest space once I put down this market here. this area is not gonna fit a whole lot of buildings except for houses. So, we'll do this. We'll place down a bunch of houses. We're not gonna place houses there just yet. I'm gonna drag a row like this. That allows us to put down a few mills or something else, or maybe a few more houses. We shall see. But at the moment we're doing this. And let's see. Can I fit? I could throw in a few more houses on this side. That wouldn't be a bad idea, to be honest. I like it. At least. But I guess just to ensure that I have enough people, enough lowlanders to supply our early industries, let's just do this. Good. And now we'll need to provide them with some Zampa. We also have some money to make, so we'll let time fly. We should also down... I'm thinking that I also want to have some of these chicken farms. Because that would reduce the amount of Zampa consumed, right? So I'll have at least one egg production building. They will need more, but let's supply them with Zampa and then we'll figure out what we need. Okay, 6. This one produces 24 in total. Let's start with some barley farms. Should I leave some space there for some other building? Wouldn't be a bad idea. Could even throw in some barley farms there, but I believe it's going to be a waste. Probably, yeah, doing something like this is better. So let me connect them like that. We could fit some other buildings there, so that's why I'll drag a road. We'll supply them with Zampa first. Good, we have enough people supplied with Zampa, and look at that. We also have a surplus of eggs at the moment. We need some yaks, just to make sure we're not losing a lot of money early on. Where do I want to put these yak shacks? We're getting 5 over here. Not gonna be great for the long term, but I guess to begin with, we're just gonna have to accept it as it is. Let's see. Reach a total population of 100 people. I believe that for this one, we will need a bunch of artisans, right? So let's start building upwards. Like that. And I really need to think about how I'm going to do this, while also having to think about blocking that area. We'll drag a road up towards the center here. Yeah, I think I'm happy with something like this. Then I'm going to build once again upwards. We're losing some money from this process. But what I am thinking is that I will want to protect myself very early on in this area. Not like that. Good, I like it. I wanted a bunch of trees here very early, because if these avalanche triggers quickly, we will have a lot of problems. We're not that rich to risk having an avalanche early on. That's what I'm thinking. So I'll do it like this, this, and this. The cool thing is that we will be able to... that we should be able to supply a few coal producers here, and or coal producers, and then we'll export coal, and I feel like we're gonna get the expenses covered, maybe even make a bit of profit along the way. Good, now we're starting with our second district, which will be for artisans. I'm not thinking of any specific mathematics. We're not going to count squares or do anything like that. Just gonna be placing the market wherever I feel is a good centerpiece. Gonna do this. Then we're going to go to artisan houses, and we're gonna say, yeah, I want a bunch of houses like so. They're not too picky to begin with, which is great. Let's continue placing down a few houses like this. We might have a small issue. We're only getting started. What could it be? The lowlanders won't upgrade their houses without any access to enlightenment facilities. However, they refuse to visit praying places without any guardians. They feel too cold and lonely. Well, I don't blame them. Don't worry, I'm sure we can find a solution. How did they implement this mechanic? Oh, they've put a requirement for research for them. Very interesting. And in this area, we can put down baths. Okay, so not every area has the same buildings. I believe we can export incense, butter lamps, coal, and cheese. So we need to think about making butter lamps. With the amount of copper that we have running for us, that seems the way forward. Let's put down some donation posts. Right, because I want every little bit of cash that we can get from them at this moment. Good. Yeah, avalanches. How did I know? Oh, okay, so for level 1 avalanches it worked. I am so happy I've done it this early on. Can you imagine how problematic it would have been if I didn't do this? I don't know what to do in the future. I think I'm going to make a row like this so that I can have, yeah, we're gonna have to make a row like this. Because having a straight row like that means that I wouldn't be able to place another one here, right? And also getting the wood from that one, because we will need a lot more of these in order to protect ourselves from level 2 avalanches and so on and so forth. I am so happy that I've prepared quickly. What else do we need to do? Well, at this point, we're putting money together. We need resource level 1, and for that we also need monks, right? That is a main attraction, a main appeal, a main idea. And I could bring the monks high up here, which wouldn't be a bad idea. But we'll also need a lot more monks, and I'm not sure that we'll be able to provide them with only one area. But it doesn't matter, we'll start somewhere. That's the only thing which we should care for. It's just to start. I'm gonna place this here. And we're gonna go with a few monk dormitories like so. Place down a few houses. The monks also... No, the monks would go for a praying shrine. They do get 1 point of satisfaction from high zone. In order to get a level 1 research, we would need 48 monks in total. We're not that far off, which is great. And another thing which I will want to be placing down early on is this praying place. I'll be placing it down like so. Maybe I'll change my mind in the future, but we'll start with that. They don't want a praying place. Very interesting. So you always have to check what they want and what they need, because They have different needs from map to map. I like that. That is a great feature for a city building game. I really feel like they've improved a lot on the Sierra template. You know, games like Pharaoh, Caesar, and all that. Having people require different goods from map to map, or have different values from map to map, is an interesting idea, and I love it. Where do we put this? If I leave it here, that will leave me little space for maybe some beautifications. Yeah. Maybe this is not the greatest ideas, like with the praying shrines, the way I've done it. Maybe I'll want to connect it with roads like this. Then we'll move this one all the way here, because we will want those people to get the praying shrines bonuses as well. I don't have another idea for the moment on how I want to do this, but there we go. We've reached research level 1, and our artisans who want now more goods. We need to satisfy another need, either food or utensils. We don't have the money to get a bit more, so let's start putting down a copper mine. We'll place it there. We're gonna start sending utensils to people. Let's see, a commodity supplier over here would cover most houses. We just need to connect the road here to fully light them. Then we're gonna produce... How many do we want to begin with? I can have this here. But we do need a card post. Right, at the end of the day, we do want one of these in order to apply as much copper to as many of these coppersmiths. And I'll drag a road like so. This changes house arrangement a bit. I might have to reconfigure it. Let's see. Enough goods for a while. We don't need to worry about a thing. Now we need a bunch of lowlanders and we need a few more yaks. Placing down another yak shack. We need 2 more. We'll be placing down here. Now we need 22 lowlanders. That... Let's put them up here. I'll supply them with another need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we want to push it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That should be enough. Yeah, I'm thinking that that is the way to go here, and we'll supply with more eggs. Actually, we need more people. How much would it take for us to go to the next level? What is this? Oh, they want a mandala. They don't want a praying shrine. Very interesting. Well, let's bring that there. Can do a mandala. Just like that. Good. Now we need to supply them with one more need. Utensils, decorations, or baths. I guess decorations would be the way to go. Yeah, we'll move this one as well. We'll see where it makes sense to have it. And we'll go with a bunch of decorations like this and like that. That allows us a few extra people, a few extra houses. Okay, need a bit more Zampa. I would go to the maximum of egg requirements. Then we'll supply them with a bit more Zampa and let's upgrade houses further. Good. Now we're at a point where we're making, once again, good money. And we have a surplus of everything that we might want for this moment. Great. Now we can build mandalas, which I'm sure lowlanders would love. I don't get it. They won't go to praying places, but they will go to mandalas? Well, it may not be the warmest place on the planet, but mandalas are run by welcoming monks who also play their instruments there. This makes mandalas cozy enough to convince lowlanders to visit them. Well, I'm not leaving my house. Do we see people? Do we see monks singing there? Yes, they do. That is awesome. Have 14 lowlander huts at level 2. Okay, we're getting there. We will need probably another another egg farm here, before we upgrade to the next level. And I guess we'll provide this side with some of these goods. Nice. This weather is killing me. I barely have energy to do anything. That's because you don't get enough vitamins or micronutrients in your diet. Excuse me, what? We just need more food variety. How about making cheese? Why cheese exactly? Well, it's round and yellow, so it looks like a sun, and you'll feel warmer after eating it. Honestly, I didn't expect that joke from you. Yeah. Let's see, where are we making? So, in the green areas, we'll be making the most milk. By the 100 citizens with cheese. They would like cheese. They have a strong desire for cheese. Lowlanders, they like cheese, but they don't care that much about cheese. The monks don't care at all, but they would need 2 types of food. I am thinking more like honey and eggs rather than anything else, but we will need to transport goods from one side to the other. How do we want to do this? I would definitely need more houses. We will need a lot more artisans, we will need a lot more monks, and then we will need more yaks as well. Thus I am also thinking of going in this direction to put yak shacks there until we can produce better ones. Right? Yeah, we need level 2 of research in order to get there. Let's have a bunch of artisans coming in first. I'll be placing down the houses like this. Just to take advantage of some of the roads which we've already built. Given that they don't care, these people don't care about gardens. Yeah, they don't want beautifications and they don't care about praying shrines either. Yeah. I might even be able to push houses closer together. Okay, now they need a few more utensils. That is totally fine. We will do another block here. And we will stay with this. That's good enough as far as artisans go. I will want the monks. I want either pass through here. I want to pass through here and I want to go down through this area as well. Is there a risk of avalanche somewhere here? No, it's only this one. We're not really sure of what this area will do, but I'm guessing it's not gonna get here. Still, for this zone, at the moment we just care to go down a bunch of yak breeders or pastures. Leave some space there for something else and then place down a few yak shacks like this. Actually, we might want to combine it just because it looks better. Right, have something like that. 7 yaks surplus. I do want a few more monks. So let's get them somewhere here. Good, 26 is good enough for now. Let's have them collect some of the gold here. Good. Now we're making a good amount of money and that makes me super happy. Do I want to start exporting? Like, can I export yet? No, I cannot. I need level 2 research in order to get there. Provides 100 citizens with cheese. Let's do that. And who did we say cared the most? It was this, the artisans. I feel like I have enough goods for most of the lowlanders where I shouldn't care too much about their needs not being met. Artisans, I only give them utensils, so they will be desiring something soon. It would make 6 milk here for 6 cheese. I feel like that is okay. Where I don't need to worry too much about giving them more. If I place this building here, I think we need to place it here in order... Oh, no. This one fits here, but the next one wouldn't fit. Let me move it like this. We'll be dragging a road through here. We'll be supplying this one here. They need even more cheese, so we'll be making, once again, 1-on-1 supply. Target building is not in range. Well, let me place it here then, and do that. I might reconfigure this area later on as well. But good, we gave them some goods. They need more yaks, so we will be placing another one of these, actually 2. Make sure that we have enough going forward. Look at the amount of money that we're running with. Definitely a different world than what we've had in the past. Now on the other side, I need to supply our monks with cheese as well. So what I am thinking is actually of putting down a card post here. We'll be dragging this out, like so. Leave space for another card post because I might want to produce some honey here in order to send to the monks. And then we will be making a few cheese producers. Right, we'll start with a building here and let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm thinking that that should be enough, but maybe I can push even further to have 4 of these in total. Yeah, this is going to reach only that far, which means that I will need another card post here. There we go. They already need more cheese, so let's do that. I guess we're not supplying them with any other goods, so that would make sense. There it is. Hey, have you ever heard of cold water swimming? No, and I'd like to keep it that way. It's super trendy right now. It improves blood circulation and boosts your immune system. Come on, we should give it a shot. If I give you my blessing, I won't have to get wet. Great. I have 80 lowlanders with access to baths. Unfortunately, we do not have rivers on this side, and that means that we will not be able to build it here. Which means that we need to start out another district on the other side of the mountain somewhere, right? Yeah. It's forcing us by mission requirements to go on another side of the mountain. Did we see this gold vein before? I don't think we have. So there's another gold vein up there. That is good to know. Yeah, this is pretty much the area where we will need to bring in a bunch of lowlanders and supply them with baths. I'm guessing that this is not gonna be... We'll keep this area for industries and pastures, and then I will bring in a bunch of lowlanders over here. I believe that that is the way to go, but we will also need to block 2 avalanches. One here, one there. But that is going to have to be a mission for the next episode. For now, we have started on our very first big challenge here. And I'm looking forward to see how it evolves. I'm really looking forward to see how we'll be able to manage those avalanches. It doesn't feel like that difficult to do. However, it's going to consume some money. And if I think about importing perfumes, that will drain a lot more money. And when I'm thinking that we will have to start, building this temple at the top, that's when things are starting to fall apart in my mind, at least going forward. We really need to plan things out and make sure that we're always making good money in order to protect ourselves and make sure that we're winning this scenario. With this in mind, hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you did, do consider leaving a like, as it does help me help the channel grow, and it would be much appreciated. And until tomorrow, I thank you very much for watching, and I wish you all have a wonderful day.